So this has been 6 months of game development on Milo. If you're new here, welcome. Sit, grab a chair. I love you. This is my first video game. It's developed in Unreal Engine. It is online multiplayer and it's cooperative, and it's a really fun, kind of dark but silly and gritty and goofy zombie shooter with some sort of scaling mechanics like abilities and things like that. Kind of like Binding of Isaac or Risk of Rain. Those are also like big inspirations for this game. I really just wanted to make a game that I wanted to play, and what I really wished I could play was zombies, but I wanted it to have more replayability and more depth, I guess. Um, and this is what I have to show for all that work in the past 6 months. So I'm excited to show off where I'm at. Um, the truth is that this is really only the beginning. The framework, the structure upon which this game is going to be built is still very much in progress. And um, being a newcomer to game development myself, it's been a lot of fun learning the ropes and humbling, to say the least. Because even with the quality of life, you know, changes or the quality of life help in making a game that comes with using these modern engines like Unreal or Unity, uh, it's still an incredibly complicated process, and that's kind of one of the most fun parts about doing this, to be honest. And for some reason, it's for me personally being able to do this alone because I'm a one man team studio or whatever. Being able to do this alone is for someone like me is incredibly empowering and sort of gives me almost like an unlimited amount of energy. And I think a lot of people are not that way. I think probably most people aren't like that way, but I think there's a good number of people who are like me also, where I just feel like really motivated and excited when I have kind of my finger in every, or my hand in every pot, so to speak, or my finger in every pot. I don't know. And that means that I do the art, I do the programming, I do the I haven't really designed the sounds that I've been using, but I implement everything. And some of the stuff I get is free, and like some of a lot of the animations you're seeing are from our Mixamo animations, or um, and so I do have to be realistic in the sense that I can't be creating everything from scratch. But for the most part, I try to keep it uh, as original as possible, and really, that's because I want this game to have a unified style and look and feel. Um, so some of the things you see are placeholders, but for the most part, um, I could tell you the story behind everything that you see right now and experience while watching this replay. And it's been a hell of a lot of fun. There are some downsides, I think, to working alone. I think that they're probably obvious. You could probably guess it instantly, which is like you don't get to share as much of your success. There's a less of a collaborative spirit, and it can be a little bit more isolating, I guess, just by definition. Um, but there are downsides to working in a collaborative setting as well. You know, having a lot of butting heads with people, or fighting for creative control, or asserting yourself or whatever. And I'll take this experience of making a project like this over that any day of the week. Um, I've had really good experiences working in a collaborative setting, mostly in doing other creative stuff like doing theater. But uh, I think I've known, like, deep down for a long time, that I'm someone who likes to work alone, and I don't think I really truly connected with that, and was like, and just was honest with myself, just like, this is who I am. Like, it's like not going to change. I feel like there's something about uh, life, time experience, where you just sort of realize at one point, like, oh, this is like the person you are. Like, there's not like this potential that you think is there when you're a kid. This is just like the way it is. So I hope that doesn't sound too depressing. I don't think it is anyway. But yeah, this is a really fun multiplayer test. I had several friends playing here. We were playing online and breaking the game, stress testing. Uh, I like the fact that they all found out that they can climb to a higher place in the map and basically evade all damage. Um, it's one of those things that you don't really connect with when you're developing. Um, Sometimes you realize, like, well, then people are just gonna jump up and avoid the zombies or whatever, and maybe I need a mechanic that'll like force the player down, or maybe they like can like double jump or glide, but then they slowly like move towards the ground or whatever. You kind of I'm kind of always going through these types of scenarios, and it's pretty hilarious when you actually get into the game and you see how people actually uh, see what motivates them. Um, and in this case, they're motivated to stay free of damage, to stay alive, um, have uh, some relief from having to look over their shoulder. They're all backed into a corner and far off the ground, um, which makes perfect sense for a game like this. So those are obviously things I'm going to have to address, going forward. I didn't expect to have a game that is ready to be on the market and draw attention and be something that's celebrated or enjoyed. That wasn't my goal. My goal is to have a playable game that works online and to be able to connect to people and have something. And that I believe that I reached that goal a little while ago, perhaps even a month ago, but I think I pushed it a little bit extra in this final month to get something a little bit more polished. But the truth is, this is really only the beginning, because working on this from 8 to 16 hours a day, basically for the past 6 months, it really makes you realize how much time, how much work this really is going to take. And even though it can be very exhausting, the amount of work it takes, it's really the most fun part about this. So I don't want to pontificate too long. I've already attempted this video 5 freaking times, and I keep stopping it or pausing it because I hate my voice, or because I'm not recording, or some other stupid thing I've done. So I'm just gonna sign off and say thanks for the laughs for the past 6 months. I hope that you stick around. If you're new here, then just check it out. send me a message on YouTube or whatever, or comment, and maybe I'll send you a build so you can test this game, and also join the Discord, because so far I'm the only person in there because my piece of shit friends won't join it. No, I'm just kidding. They probably don't even know about it, but yeah, have a great day, drink lots of water, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo.